You are now tuned into the Bag Brothers Podcast, episode 12. It's your boy Sully.
Your boy P.
Welcome. Another episode, another day.
Yep.
You know, Grand Risings, back to back.
Back to back, baby.
For them niggas who didn't get the message.
Yes, sir.
Boy, it was an interesting way of getting here today, man.
Listen,
like,
just know
we here.
We respect y'all enough not to bullshit y'all. So we here. Y'all getting this.
Y'all almost didn't have an episode.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all getting this fresh off the pipes.
You.
Like, y'all better recognize and understand how dedicated we is to this, because this is literally like a second job. Y'all
almost didn't get an episode, son. For real. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
But we here. We ain't gonna dwell on it. We here.
Gonna dwell on it, man.
Let's get to it.
Starting off early,
Yeah.
you know, tip of the week.
Yeah, let's get it.
Never underestimate your strength and never overestimate your weaknesses.
That's a jewel.
I think a lot of what we say for tip of the week is the jewel and the gems.
I mean, I don't remember who quoted it, but somebody texted us. It was like, I think I said it on a podcast. But I was like, we jewelers, and and I got the screenshot, and I just always go back to it because it's like, we really jewelers out here. We giving y'all gems. Not just the tip of the week, you know, just all throughout the episode. We just trying to give you something that you, and like I always say, like, it may not resonate with you this week, right?
Yeah.
It may resonate with you weeks from now, months from now. You might think back like, they
remember they said that.
Yeah, I remember that tip of the week. Or you might be starting, you might be tuning in right now, and it may be hitting you right here and now. Episode 12. This might be your first time listening, and off the bat,
might be serendipitous.
Yeah, exactly. We giving it right to you. So I mean, I feel like that tip of the week is self-explanatory. I feel like it can apply to anybody and everybody, and in various situations and circumstances. So
yeah,
those are my favorites.
I definitely agree. I think a lot of times, I think this tips applies to me a lot of times. I think a lot of I underestimate I'm sorry, whoa, I'm bugging. Yeah. Whoa, sorry. I'm still trying to get into like this guy is.
We had shake it off. We had.
I'm still trying to, I guess, master that. I have a lot of strengths. Mm-hmm. And I kind of underestimate myself and my ability to do certain things, and my weaknesses. I think them to be so much of a burden that I'd be like, damn, like I can't do this, or damn, I lack doing this certain thing I can't do. Yeah. But I think that I need to be able to, and I think everyone should be able to kind of sit back and understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and understand how much they vary, and you know, play them to their best.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's a human. I feel like that's just a
human error.
It's just like you always gonna try to have to find that balance, which is one of the reasons why, not to get like into my personal upbringing, but like the culture that I was raised in is so important to me. It's just like this is one of the reasons why I call you God, right? Because you're infinitely powerful, right? You and I remember when we first had that conversation, and I was walking you through it, and like why that was so important for me, and it was so important for me to give it to you.
They calling me God, nigga.
Yeah,
God.
And again, but if you know the origins of it, and if you know what it means, it's like. And you know where it came from. It's like, when I started doing my history and doing the knowledge to why my dad was calling me God for as long as I can remember, and telling me that I was God, I was infinitely powerful, I was Lord of the universe. It was just like, hold on, like, it made you perk up a little bit. Like, hold on, I can do this. Yeah, like I can do this. This ain't about nothing right here. So, and even if you don't resonate with the God complex, just being the master of your fate is the equivalent to that. Right?
I think a lot of times too, we kind of get it twisted. That people like I kind of switch it interchange between the word God and Allah, and people be like, oh, ain't you Muslim? Why you keep saying God? And I'm like, just because I'm following a certain faith doesn't mean that I can't use the word God. Because subsequently they made the same thing,
exactly.
right? God and law is the same. I want y'all to know it's the same thing.
It's the
right?
Arabic word for Allah, and even in
that's all it is.
In my faith, you consider yourself. You came in the person of Allah. Allah, we say Allah stands for arm, leg, arm, head, right? Which is the complete physical.
I didn't even get that one just now.
Ain't
know what was going on.
It's the complete manifestation. Yeah. So it's like, and again, it's like. Those frequencies is always gonna be parallel. So it's like it's one and the same. So whatever you subscribe to, whatever your religious beliefs are, whatever your faith is just like, yo, no matter what, just understand that you are infinitely powerful. Yeah. Right? And with that, it's like, yo, if you gotta tell yourself that every day, like whatever your mantra is, whatever your chant is, it's like, yo, just have something that resonates with you and that motivates you. I think that's the gem right there. That's the key.
I agree. And also don't play too much on your weaknesses, right? I think a lot of times you could turn your weaknesses into strengths.
Yeah, you just gotta hammer it out. And first of all, it's important to identify.
And also be real about your weaknesses, right? Don't be like, well, a lot of time, I go through people with interviews and they be like. And I ask them, name me some of your weaknesses. But I don't got no weaknesses.
We all got weaknesses.
You human. even machines and robots have weaknesses as well, right? Yeah. So excuse me. It's not, nothing to be ashamed about. I think that you can improve on the weaknesses and turn them to strengths, obviously. And even if you don't turn the strengths necessarily, you can still get something out of having a weakness, right? Learn a lesson from it, whatever it may be. But I want y'all to kind of keep that into the back of your mind as you kind of go throughout this thing called life.
Hit them with it one more time. Reiterate it one more time for those who didn't get it the first time.
Never underestimate your strength, right? And never overestimate your weaknesses.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, cool.
What's up?
Moving on, man. Moving on.
Listen,
I know we back in it, back on it, always, every day, 365 days a year, even on the leap years, you feel me? BBGC.
You know the vibes.
You know?
You know the vibes.
Bag Brother Gallon Challenge.
Exactly. Look, and I'm
Bag
a
Brother
little behind for today, but I've been drinking my. Thankfully, it hasn't been as hot in New York City these past couple of days. But I still been getting my water.
Listen, I want y'all to understand too. I mean, y'all may see this water at a certain level at a certain time, but listen, sometimes I'll go through the gallon and I'll refill it again. So in case I'd be like, "Oh, Sully, your shit says 3 p.m. and it's blah blah blah." Listen, don't worry about what it says.
Double up.
Who said double up? Who said that?
Well, Nip said it.
Nip. Double up.
The marathon continues.
I know what's going on.
But
make sure you're hashtagging BBGC. Tag us in the post. We posting everything. Everything.
Y'all getting creative as hell with the post. And
somebody said something about I always keep this strapped up.
Yes. The best one was my son. I ain't gonna say your name on the podcast because I don't know what's your he had
Mansa Musa.
What's the thing? The tea kettle. And he was like, he was like, it's hot just like this podcast. And I was like, nah, he killed me at work. I was like, yeah, I like that. So I mean, keep getting creative. And like we said, if you're not doing a gallon a day, right? If you work your way up,
it could be a cup.
Yeah, and
and if
the cups is. Let me shut up because we got some shit for that ass, boy. You wait. So I'm excited about that. But like I said, if you're getting a cup in, if you're getting a water, if you're getting a bottle in, 3 bottles, 4 bottles, however you get into your water intake, right? We just trying to inspire people to lead a healthier lifestyle, right? And making the motto walk and talk.
Speaking of healthy lifestyle, didn't we hit 8 months today?
Yeah, 8 months. Well, not today. I mean, I was just reminiscing because I was driving past my favorite chicken spot from when I was a youth, when I was a young lad, walking through Babylon.
What? Walked through where?
Listen. We 8 months. We 8 months pescatarian.
8 months, baby.
2020 is coming. I think I'm about to challenge myself and go vegetarian for 2020.
I ain't doing that.
He said, listen, I tell y'all this every time. Son.
I ain't doing no vegetarian, man.
Listen,
I'm talking about that.
Sir, I told God, I'm like, it was like 4 days before the new year came. I'm like, I'm about to get on this pescatarian.
But look at the difference though, bro. You talking about taking out like
Well, we just talking about taking out fish now.
Talking about poultry, man.
Yeah, but
come
on, we getting close. Listen, we getting
You're
closer.
Talking about taking away
closer.
eggs and stuff, man.
And listen, I'm not going. I don't know yet. I'm the type of person I gotta visualize it. I gotta write it out.
Because you're telling me this now, and then you gonna be like, yo, God, I'm about to go vegan.
No, not vegan. Not vegan.
You trying to go beyond meat?
Nah. I like cheese too. When I go to Chipotle, I get extra cheese, like extra sour cream. Like,
I'm lactose, baby. I can't do no cheese. I still do cheese, but I'm fixing lactose.
Sparingly. Yeah, I mean, I think we all are. I was reading a lot of this health shit.
It's like, again, like I was talking to my young France, and he
that's my guy.
That's my guy.
That's my guy right there.
Speaking of young France, he hit me on the side, like, yo, like, I fuck with the pescatarian shit that you and P doing, yada yada yada, and then he was just like, yo, Sully, like, you should drink almond milk and things of that nature. Yeah. And not necessarily silk milk, but almond. I'm just like, yo, France, I hear you, but I'm not ready to give up the milk yet.
Well, the cow milk.
Yeah, the cow milk. I'm not ready to give the cow milk yet. But I'm not drinking whole milk. I'm drinking like 1% milk. And right. I mean, it's watery, whatever. But I like the taste. And I don't necessarily like the taste of almond milk or silk milk.
They got very, but they be getting very variations.
I heard.
You gotta watch that milk too, because I was in the supermarket today, and one of the almond milks that I picked, yo son, the shit said best if used by like May 31st, 2019. I'm looking at the date like, yo, it's August. What they talking about? I'm like, yo, let me buy this so I can catch a nice little lawsuit. I've been waiting. Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for a lawsuit.
You catch lawsuit for that?
Listen, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't gonna let y'all know, but when my family don't hear from me for 6 months, y'all know I'm on an island somewhere. I just caught a lawsuit over some bad milk because I'm looking at it, and usually you're in the supermarket, you want to go.
You have to look, and it's not even milk with everything.
Everything
got a date on it. Listen,
this shit
don't last
wild.
forever. You got unless it's like a canned good or some shit like that. But
I don't even fuck with canned goods.
Me neither.
The metal is touching my food.
Touching the food. Yeah, you right.
Do that.
But
I seen that. That wasn't.
You know what's going on?
You can't fake shit like that. Like that's just literally
this is what we do. But yeah, he was just like, you should focus the almond milk, yada yada. I'm like, yeah, I might really give up the cow milk, and he just said, because we the only species that drink another species milk.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like,
unless I got some breast milk for me. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
Saying that out loud, it just sounds very wild. Like we drinking another species' milk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But
we ain't gonna bore y'all to death with the health facts because it's like everybody gonna walk there. But whatever you doing, right? We just, like I said, we trying to make the motto walk and talk, right? So it's like this is how we see us. We envision ourselves getting healthier, right? So the first step was us cutting out meat. Right, and whatever the next step, and the next step, and the next step, and getting healthier is your diet, your physical diet, the food, your mental diet, what you taking in, what you reading, what you listening to. CC the Bag Brothers podcast. We're extremely good for your mental health, I might add. But yeah, just trying to get in a healthier place overall. So whether that's giving up, smoking weed, right? Giving up your alcohol intake, whatever it is. I'm not here to judge, right? I got my unhealthy habits.
You have a lot of people bash you out that weed comment you did.
No, I'm saying if that's your angle of like, cause like I have people in my family who are like trying to wean themselves off of weed. I don't care. Like that's your prerogative. I don't smoke, right? But I drink. So who am I to tell somebody that don't drink but they smoke is gonna be like, yo, well nigga, you killing your liver. But I'll have your liver is the only organ in your body that after 6 months replenishes itself. So if you stop drinking for 6 months, you got a brand new liver.
I bet you a lot of y'all didn't know that.
Yeah, don't worry about it, baby. I told you we giving y'all a lot of jewels, man. I'm telling you, if you want to replenish your liver, you gotta stop drinking for 6 months.
So are we doing now Bag Brothers, aka Spicy Boys, aka Curious of the Cool, aka the Jewelers?
I think that's a fitting title.
Which I think. Let us know.
I mean, I think that's especially if you look at what you represent as far as your organization, right? Especially if you think about what the most honorable. Listen, it goes deep, baby. The jewels. Listen, if you really know, yo,
like
but that's what I'm telling you. Like, it's seen and heard everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like,
yeah, it's just
you can't escape what we doing right
It's
here.
inevitable, baby.
Listen, we got something. Yo,
we diving in. We diving in.
Let's get to it. BBGC, man.
First topic, we going to black men being led by 2 cops by rope. Cops apologize. So this happened in is this Texas?
Galveston, Texas.
Texas, right?
Yeah. And I want to say his name. His name is Donald Neely. He's 43 years old. Because like even in a lot of the headlines, I didn't see his name, and I felt
let's visualize what happened, right?
Oh, right. So I was scrolling on Instagram, and we communicate all day via Instagram. Right? Yeah, we share posts.
I think we probably share posts more than we text.
In between, because it's like we'll be having a conversation via Instagram, and then we'll be having another conversation via text.
Yeah,
but this was earlier in the week. It was I fresh back to work, whatever. You sent me the post, and you like, yo, God, what the hell is this? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, nah. I'm like, maybe this is like some movie scene, some shit or whatever. But in the post, like I think you sent this to me from the Shade Room. Like the post had 2 white officers on horseback, right? With the hats, the big
cowboy
hats, not the Gurren Brothers fedoras, if you know. But it was the big Texas. I think that ain't that like the Texas.
That's that shit. Yeah. That's that shit. Yeah.
And so there's 2 officers on horseback, right? And then in the middle, they're leading an African American male. He's handcuffed, and then like one of the officers has like. I don't know if it was a rope. It was some type of device that like was connected to the handcuffs, but he was holding from the horse, right? And like literally the picture is these 2 officers on horseback and the black man in the middle of them handcuffed. And like on his, even though the picture was blurry, like I zoomed in on the pic today just to like, and he looked visually upset. Like I don't know
the guy or
the guy, the man that was being detained, being arrested. He looked upset. Like his facial expression was like he was.
Oh shit! I want to be happy. I want to be happy, neither, nigga.
Yeah, he was. But he was like he looked uncomfortable. Like it's like, all right, yo, hold on. Like just optically, it was like, yo, this made my stomach turn a little bit. Yeah. It's like, yo, hold on, what the hell is going on? This is I legit thought it was like a movie. I thought it was like some old cowboy
western or some shit.
Because I never seen that. Like we have police officers who ride around on horseback, but I've never seen them arrest anybody. I've never seen them like.
I don't know really what they really do on horseback though.
I only see them niggas at Coney Island and on parades, man. Like honestly, we don't see them walking down.
Like what are they running after? Who they giving tickets out? What they doing on horses?
They gonna have to catch me with the horse. I mean,
the horse is fast though, man.
I know, but the horse ain't fucking with the police. The horse is Black Lives Matter and shit, so they're not gonna let them chase after me. But no, on a serious note, like I said, I zoomed in on the pic, and like when I zoomed in on his face, I'm like, yo, this is like. Like even if you didn't zoom in on the pic, when you first see the headline,
it's just like what the fuck.
Yeah, it's like yo, hold on, like you like instantly you got angry, and then I'm zooming on it, and I'm like, nah, this shit ain't right, bro. Yeah, like this shit ain't right. And nothing for nothing, it did happen in Texas, so I can't say I was like too surprised
where it happened, like, that right.
But yeah, so what was your like when like I said, you sent it to me, but I'm curious to hear your point.
So I didn't get to like. When I said that to you, I didn't get to fully read it, the comments and the caption and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I just instantly sent it to you, right? I think when I initially I'm scrolling through Instagram, then I see this one show because Shade Room got all the juice for some reason, and hence Shade Room. Mm-hmm. But when I saw it, I'm like, is this like somebody make this up? Is it like a movie? Right. Like what's going on? It's like a trailer or some shit. Like what the fuck is going on? It's like I don't know what's going on, but I looked and I got mad.
Right.
I got like instantly angry.
Yeah.
And filled with frustration.
Rightfully
because
so.
It's just like there's mad. Like we all know there's mad shit happening in the world right now. Mad shit, right? To put the icing on the cake, to have this drop.
Yeah.
And like it like the cop did like a whole apology and.
Well, no. We don't
get to that, but it's just like I threw it out there because it's like, yo, like you knew how it looked.
Well, and perfect segue.
You knew how it looked, dog.
Perfect segue, because again, so now, like I said, like you said, the same thing. When you sent it to me, I'm like, just like I didn't read it. I didn't go to. Yeah. I don't follow the Shade Room. I don't go on the Shade Room. Like that's not my thing. But I went on the Shade Room. I looked at, and you know, the Shade Room, they'll post like a little snippet of what's going on in the caption, and then they'll be like link in bio, like, you know, whatever. I didn't do none of that, right? I'm like, nah, there's no way, bro.
Yeah.
I look at, so then again, I go back, I go on the Shade Room's page, I look at the picture again, I'm reading the little Shade Room blurb or whatever, and I'm like, nah, there's no way. So then, and it's crazy that you just said that because I was doing my research again. That's how I found, because the Shade Room didn't give his name or anything, I guess, like, you know, just to protect his identity. But clearly, it sparked outrage on social media. So, and then I started reading about it, and then it's, so I came across like an article, and basically the Galveston Police Association president, he released a statement saying, I understand the optics and I understand the frustration it caused, right? But then he basically went on to defend the officers who were in the photograph, saying that, they were following first of all, he said they were new to the force, right? Whatever the hell that means, right? Y'all clearly got trained. That's something.
An excuse.
Yeah, right? So he says, so he basically says they were new to the force. And he also went on to say that the officers were following a national
I did read that.
accepted practice for mounted officers nationwide. So those words in particular stood out to me because he says that this practice of, you know, two officers when they arrest someone that, and again, I don't know police training, right? But he said that this practice, so clearly, like he said, this practice is accepted and it's nationwide. Right? So it got me to thinking, because like you said, when we see the police officers on horseback in New York City, we never see them actually doing police work, right? Like excuse me. We don't see them arresting people for the most part, right? There's always
or doing anything at all. They just ride on a horse.
You, I seen them. Only time I see these people is in Coney Island, or I see them like in the parade, like when the parade's going. I've never.
And those are race horses, by the way.
Yeah.
They're race. I did the research. They're race horses. Those are race horses, and also the race horses by Central Park are also race horses. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, continue.
I need to figure. How can we buy one of those?
They're retired race horses.
I want to buy all of the horses because they don't. First of all, I'm not with the whole horse. Like
I'm not with that either.
Yeah, like we should like find a way to like, because there was like a
GoFundMe.
Yeah, like there was a big thing about the Central Park race horse, like Mayor de Blasio.
Like, they tried to shut it down.
Yeah, they were supposed to shut it down, but
and
I still
never
see
happened.
them. I was just in Central Park 2 weeks ago. I seen them.
Those are all retired race horses.
So but yeah, so what struck me was the fact that he said this is a national and accepted practice, right? Because then, right, again, my mind starts twirling. Then I go back to the Eric Garner case and the whole debacle that's happening right now,
right?
Because the Department of Justice refused to file charges, right? Because they said, like it's split, right? But they were saying that it wasn't a chokehold, right? Because a chokehold is definitively illegal, right? But then they're saying it wasn't a chokehold, so there's no charges that could be brought against the officer. So I'm just like, yo, hold on. Now I'm starting to get in my bag, and I'm like, yo, so is this a part of the NY? Is this a part of police training? Because he said nationwide, right?
Nationwide is like
we talking about Texas, so he's basically saying that some shit like this can happen in
New York. Yeah, that's nationwide.
So that's where like I said, immediately my head went back to the Eric Garner. And I'm like, hold on. So it's like, and again, like I said, if you do the knowledge to police and just police in general, the infrastructure of the police department, like it clearly is a direct connection to slavery, right? So it's like, in my head, it's just like, and again, I don't want to paint it like our experiences are monolithic. Like we all have bad experiences with police, or we all
in one way or another, right?
Yeah, or we all have a distrust for the police, because I know some people that come to me and they're like, yo, I don't have an issue with the police. The police in my neighborhood are cool. Like
right.
But again, so I'm going to speak for me personally.
Right.
I inherently have a distrust for the police just because of my personal experiences. Like, you know already, like what we go through when we driving at night.
All the time.
And just like the lineage of just police work.
This
right?
is bad reputation.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's just like, yo, the whole police thing is just like, I'm just beyond that. But like I said, the thing that fucked with me was the national and accepted practice. So it's like, yo, hold on. So this is some shit that y'all get trained in when y'all go to the police force, when y'all go to the, what is it called? The cadet program or whatever it is.
Whatever that shit is called.
So that was what fucked with me right there was the fact that it's like, oh yeah, they're new to the force, but this is some shit that you can do. So it's like, hold on, nobody sees an issue with this. Nobody sees an issue with whoever it is. I don't care if it was black cops, right? I don't care if it was black cops and a white person.
I don't get that's the my thing is
that shit is
my thing is just like, first of all, right? The problem I had was you guys didn't think to wait for a squad car to then have the person detained and then wait for a squad car to transport whoever it was, right? Because imagine you because these horses are big horses, my guy, right? So imagine you on a horse and you have a person that's the average man's height. The average male's height is I think it's like 5'8" or something like that, 5'9", something like that. So you have this horse that's damn near about 8 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet. Because the guy on the horse
step up,
and then the person's about 7, 8 feet,
right?
And the person is about like 5'10", 5'9".
If that, what if they shorter? What if they 5'4"?
And you have a rope,
right,
or a leash or whatever you have. You're holding that person from that height, and you're walking to the police station.
And even further than that, just to put.
Come on.
What if the police? How do we know how far the police station is from where he got arrested at?
Right. So
what if the police station is 5, 6, 7 miles away? Like, you got a horse, so you don't got to do no help.
And mind you, God forbid you're not running with that horse, because now it looks really, really bad.
Yo.
So my thing was, you guys didn't think to get a squad quadrant car to come over, but I think I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they say that we should have waited for a squad car?
No, they said when I read this. Like I said, I was reading up. They said that no squad car was available, and that's why they.
So out of the entire state of Texas,
Galveston police, the entire police department.
Then even if you could have buddied up with another, something of the sort.
Well, they was like, yo, fuck it, let the nigga walk. Let him walk.
And there was he hawing and laughing and shit.
he ha ha. But
I guarantee you.
And like I said, man, the layers to that, like the layer, because it's like I was just telling somebody, like, American culture is cowboy culture, which is why we have like this whole like run and gun. All of this shit goes back to like cowboy culture. And it's just like when I saw the picture, I see the 10-gallon hats, I see the horse, and I'm just like, I'm at this point, like, and I learned this like during my time in like Binghamton and being on BSU, and being around some really politically activated like people who were really doing work. It's just like the one thing that I learned is that, like, yo, the system isn't broken, right? Like that's the wrong narrative.
Oh,
like, we have to like get away from that narrative. I was listening
to something,
like
the
justice,
the justice it's not broken.
No, the justice system does, and like I said, like
it does what it's supposed to.
Yeah, like I'm in law school, and like you study cases.
I hope y'all know that.
Yeah,
I hope y'all know that for real.
Please.
I'm not trying to. Really hope y'all know that.
Right,
it's doing what it's made to do.
Right, and like that whole the justice system is broken. Like, no, who's it broken for? It works. Like America is working exactly how it was designed and set up to work, right? And the faster that clicks and the faster people stop trying to like get it, like it's like, yeah, I'm all for you getting in the system, being political, et cetera, whatever your avenue is, right? But until you come into this system, and it's like me, right? I want to be a district attorney, right? That's my ultimate goal. Everybody knows that, right? I'm really big on criminal justice reform, really big on criminal justice, right? But my lens and the critical lens that I apply to criminal justice and criminal justice reform is that it's not of I'm going into this system to like somehow make it work, right? Because it's like if it works for one person, that's not enough because the system still remains broken. So what work was actually done? The system itself works, right?
Right.
We have to dismantle the system and either build a new system, right, that's inclusive of everybody and everything, or as the people who are being subjugated on every single level of American society, from boxing us out of building generational wealth, whether that's by real estate, whether that's by mass incarceration, like school to prison pipeline. All of those things break down, right? And it's like we either gonna have to like build our own system and be all inclusive, right? And that goes back to self-determination, the principles of self-determination, right? And it's just like that's where I'm at with it. It's like, bro, I'm not of the mindset that I'm like trying to go into. I'm not going to be a black police officer. I'm sorry. Like, what is that going to do? I'm literally going to be policing people who look like me, right? I'm literally going to have to almost be an overseer, right? But still be oversaw by a system that's way bigger than me. So, like I said, I'm of the mindset. I take on the theory that the system works. We got to make our own system.
Well, I also think that people think because one is black, placed in a certain position, that they are going to somehow, some way, change and strongly impact a certain dynamic, right? So, for example, if the police commissioner was black, they figured that, oh shit, yeah, he got it, he gonna do it, right? That's not necessarily true, right?
You had a black president, and again, I'm not here to get political with y'all, but you had a black president, right? Like, and it's like, I respect Obama, right? I respect Obama as the figure. I respect Obama immensely, like. But for people, like, even when Obama became president, et cetera, like, my parents were happy. My parents celebrated. Like, we had a real discussion about, like, like, with my parents' time, right? My parents grew up in a certain era. We grew up in a certain era. And we had real conversations surrounding it. But it was still like, yo, this is like a figurehead thing, right? Like, Obama is like the president. He's the biggest nation in the world, et cetera. But it's like, he's still if you really think about it, like, Obama was what, like, which president was he?
44th.
44th, right? So you telling me for 43, so of the other 43 people, no black people were,
it's gonna get good.
Like, no black people were qualified or, like, had the wherewithal to, like, run the nation. Like, Obama was just the first person, right? Like, so many years removed from slavery. Like, we've been, like, well, I'm not gonna say we've been in this country, because if you do the knowledge, we've been in this country forever, right? Like, don't let them feed you the narrative of you came over here on a slave ship. Yeah. You the original people of the planet. But it was just like, yo, it's just like, so even that it's like, yo, it's dope, right? We got a black president. I get to tell my future children that, yo, I lived through the era of having a black president, right? Yeah. And hopefully, with this next election cycle, as crazy and quirky as it is, it's like, yo, hopefully we get, and I don't know if it's going to be a black president. I just hope we get somebody who challenges the system, right? Yeah. In every way that they can, right? And if that means it's a black president, if that means it's a black woman, if that means it's, Bernie Sanders, I don't know. I'm not endorsing anybody. Whoever it is, I just want them to challenge and really, plant their flag in the ground and say, like, yo, this is what I'm standing on, right? And again, it's like, pish posh, right? Like,
yeah, and if they look like us, well, plus, right? But yeah, if they don't, then it's just like, as long as they're supporting, they're trying to back equality, right? Then it's like, I have no problem with that. They could be whatever color they want to be. It could be blue, for all I care, right? But it has to be something where they support the equality of everyone, and it's just not, they're picking and choosing their favorite pieces and shit like that. And I think that's what you guys have to understand as well, right? It's not about this all the time in terms of, oh shit, he or she is black. Oh, they're going for black people. That's not what it is.
My favorite general body meeting that we had on BSU was all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Yo, that's
and it was real. Like, yo, that was
tip of the week times 2 for your ass, right?
That was all skin folk,
double up.
And I want to say, it was a good GB, but that just the title, and I remember the flyer for the GB. It was just because we had GBs every Thursday, but it was like that GB in particular was one of my favorite, and I was a part of BSU a year before I actually joined the executive board. But like, out of my whole 2-year experience with BSU, that was one of my favorite GBs. So yeah, I mean, we gave y'all little political. Y'all, they said they wanted us to get back to the real shit, but so we gave y'all a little piece. You got to find balance in all things.
Your little spiel.
Yeah. And just to put a button on that, Centonia Brown has been released. Lot of post and people were rallying for her release, and she's finally been released. And I also just read that she got married while she was in prison. I guess she's releasing a book, and she got married.
She got married while she was in prison.
Yeah, she got married to a Christian rapper, singer. He used to be with like, what was the group name? Pretty Ricky. So
shit, all right.
So yeah, so salute to her. Salute to all of the people who were doing the work on the ground level. Salute to all the people who rallied behind her and her cause.
Yeah, I think that's
just dope to see her actually be released after 15 years.
I want to see what she's gonna do with.
Yeah.
I want to see what she's gonna do with the time she's spent. How she's gonna come back, and I feel like she talked about on this a little bit about what she's gonna do in terms of reforming and kind of getting behind those people who are currently in the act of reforming the system and things of that nature. So I'm very excited to see what she's gonna do with it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Shit, do we miss anything? We gotta give him anything real quick. Put a button on everything.
I think we pretty good, man. I think we pretty crystal clear.
Yeah, I think we need to let what we was just saying about all of the politics really sit on them this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna let y'all just think. Yeah, I think that
we gave them a lot.
We gave
y'all with that. If you really sit down and parse out what we was just saying, we gave y'all a lot, and it was a lot of food for thought. And I feel like I don't want to taint the message by trying to pack too much into it. Sometimes you got to give them portions.
I think less is more.
Exactly.
Right. In this case,
we give this was
jewelers, man.
That's going on.
That's going on the hashtag. But we want y'all to just reflect on this episode. I think episode 12 is gonna be very about reflection.
Yeah. Like you said, less is more.
Less is more.
The timing may be less, but we gave y'all. I feel like we gave y'all a lot more.
Yeah.
So I just
let it seep in. Let it, be like a sponge, soak it up.
Exactly.
And
yeah. Shit. And stay in tune with the Bag Brothers podcast page too, because we gonna be.
Make sure y'all following the Bag Brothers podcast page, man.
It's a lot. We've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. A lot of stuff is even though it's give and take. Like some days it may seem like we fighting an uphill battle, and then it's like some days we get to the top of the hill, and then we get to look down and be like, damn, we came a long way. And it's like, it's constantly going like that.
Listen, let me tell you something too. It ain't no off days for us, man.
I wish, but
it ain't no off days. Yeah,
every single day is something going on in relation to the podcast.
Every day,
and it's like, bro, we got jobs. Like we got jobs. We in school. We about to kick back up.
That's a fact.
Like it's like it's a lot. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with what we doing. I'm happy with where we taking the podcast. I'm happy that the podcast is growing.
Yeah, it's
I'm happy
lifting
that
up, man.
People are
off the ground
receiving our words and
they also you guys giving us words back, which I appreciate.
Exactly.
I had like 4 or 5 texts today just on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited I'm excited for the growth. I'm excited to just keep taking it to the next level. Right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna give the people a lot of good content,
and I think that they're gonna get stuff they didn't even expect,
because this is so much more than a podcast.
Oh yeah,
y'all
gotta sit back and unpack that. But listen, shout out always #BBGC. Make sure y'all email the podcast if you have any inquiries, any advice. You want y'all to give us. It don't matter. bagbrothers.pod@gmail.com. Shout out to my Instagram, Sultan of Thrones.
Yeah, my Instagram is xchampagnep. I'm still looking for a new Instagram name, but honestly, with all the stuff that we got going on, it's like fuck the Instagram.
Yeah.
When it comes, it comes.
Give them that Twitter game.
Oh yeah. Follow us on Twitter. It's @TheBagBrothers. No underscores, no spaces. It's literally just how it's spelled. THEBAGBROTHERS.
Yes.
We gonna start getting it more active. We working on keeping our social media imprint lively. So it's like Twitter is one of those avenues that I wanted us to tap into.
Yeah, y'all gonna see us jumping on this. So listen, hit the follow button. We're gonna follow y'all back, maybe.
And follow my personal Twitter at ___ watch me work.
That's 3 underscores.
Yeah, the best number. 3 is the best part.
That's a fact.
And shit, yo, thank you for listening. Thank you for sending your feedback. Thank you for giving us your ear. And we got so much more for you. We got
so much is in the bag.
Yeah.
You got a partying gift for y'all.
Not a partying gift. Come on, we ain't going nowhere, baby. We just getting started.
Hold on.
We just getting started.
Hey, yo, close the show, man.
Yeah, man. As always, happiness is rich, health is wealth, kindness is currency, and a peace of mind is the real bag.
This is Bag Brothers Podcast, episode 12. Keep it locked.
Peace, family.
Thank you.